too of a happy camp, right? You don't want to get bullied around on your opening map choice when you still have a potential 4 maps to go.
Yeah, you've got to take it one round at a time, take everything in stride. It did seem like they were a little bit heated there in the booth.
Yeah,
so
it's a little hot.
Yeah, definitely like some crowd mics in there if possible. I like my drama.
So now that we've released the first map, where do we think this is going? Is Kinguin going to rise up? Are they going to bounce back? Or do you think this is looking like the 3-0 that many people dreamed?
This is the best way for the 3-0 to be a possibility. Dust 2, being their map pick, was going to be the only map that maybe was, we would also just see how well prepared they were for the series overall, right?
Yeah.
Even if it was close, then maybe we think more about it going the complete distance, seeing overpass at the end, but I don't know.
I mean, I was, trying to tout up the whole Mirage pick from the side of Kinguin, but I'm kind of excited to see what they have on train. I think Cash is going to be a tough one, but we'll just have to wait. We're going to throw this one over to Paula. He's got something for you guys before we move forward with the rest of this series.
You sure?
Apparently. Oh, 30 seconds.
30
okay,
seconds.
We can fill
What do you
into
want to
that.
talk for 30 seconds?
I'm really upset we're not seeing Mirage if this goes 3-0. That's what I'm upset about. I wanted
Yeah.
that to be one of the early picks. So, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but Kinguin have looked pretty damn good at Mirage so far this event.
Yeah, but it seems like Kinguin want to prioritize train, right? They had the choice of Mirage or train, and it left it to the Brazilians to choose. So who knows what we have in store?
Probably another 10 seconds.
Yeah.
15, actually, I've been
close,
told.
Yeah. You should really get a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one, but
you already have
it doesn't
a nice
work.
One. You're a man of fine taste. Either way,
Thank
let's throw it over to Paula. We'll see you soon.
I'm a fighter. You can't burn me. I'm the igniter. Gonna be a legend. Gonna take it all. Watch me crush it like a wrecking ball. On fire so high to the top is where I'm heading. Gonna be a legend. You're looking at a legend. Gonna be a legend.
Hard work makes the athlete, but the edge of a Core i7 processor makes you unstoppable.
Watch games and win free prizes. Earn free coins when you watch CSGO, Fortnite, and PUBG. Use your coins to predict the match and win free crates. Or enter your coins directly into our huge grand raffles. Hundreds of winners every day, 24/7. Watch and win prizes. 100% free to play. Win.sliver.tv. Available on web and mobile apps.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do have that second map in just a moment. It is, of course, going to be Cash, the map pick of MIBR, and after their performance on Dust 2, I'm not too against the idea that they are probably going to run away with this one.
Cash should be really fun.
Yeah.
It should be really fun to watch.
I'd be down to get into a looser game.
It's one of Kingwin's not so good maps, one of MIBR's best maps. MIBR on fire. Map pick. Agnostic in terms of who gets an advantage on what side. It should be a slugfest.
On the OnePlus side, if we saw some emotions flaring up inside of the player booths before that first map really came to a full conclusion, then hopefully that energy can actually fire up some of these guys in terms of individual play.
Keeps the same energy.
Yeah, keeps them fired up.
Hello, that's not us.
Hey, I like those guys.
Yeah, we're looking pretty great right now. There we go.
Joker went with red. It's a nice jacket.
Yeah, I like
He dresses. He's spazzy, spiffy.
His first day shirt was my third day shirt.
The
So
same one.
Right.
Pretty much.
Did you synchronize that?
No, but I saw him on the first day and I was like, oh, okay, all right. He's too dapper for me, clearly.
You flew into the past, but it was actually you who got left behind.
Oh.
I mean, you've met him before because you've done multiple ZOTACs, right? Years back.
I have. This is my
guy's a
fourth
veteran.
ZOTAC one.
Whoa.
Damn.
Settle
I'm
down.
really reaching those numbers.
You're a ZOTAC veteran as well as a DreamHack veteran.
Hey, I like that.
4 of 5, by the way. Good
Poor
stuff.
Connor. Well, either way, we do head into Cash in just a moment. Of course, these are the replays on your screen now from that previous map. Anything you guys want to mention that you liked from the side of Kingwin? Anything positive to spin if you can, Launders?
Well, the hair was good, but we didn't get to see their CT side, and their T side was just so overshadowed by all of the individual holds at the beginning of the rounds for MIBR. It was like right here when we saw the Falmas 2K. It was like kept talking about the Falmas 2K, and then we realized it wasn't going to get better than that. It was, I mean, it was just like all the dynamic setups we see from this round, where Stewie pushes into upper B with his op, and then baits him into mid to B hit, has Fur in a dedicated position to hold against mid to B. Here's another bait setup where Cold Zera is just in the back, everybody getting kills, and there was a couple of rounds where Kingwin pulled stuff off at long, but that was about it.
Yeah, I feel like, these highlights are just showing, right, big multi-frags from a many player from many different positions, and so it's that dynamic positioning that MIBR were consistently utilizing, on top of the fact that it makes it unpredictable for Kingwin to counter them with nades. So much like their hair, there was times where Kingwin were going all in different directions.
Hey.
And because of that, there was a slight disjointedness at times with executions. But we also have, I would say, good at least spacing, right? Like when you're seeing a 3K spray down, it's because those guys were trying to work together. They just weren't able to keep their heads on a swivel, and they were caught off guard too often to really put up much of a fight.
I want to see if we move to Cash, when we move to Cash, if we have such dynamic setups on the side of MIBR, right? All these bait setups, all these double setups. I want to see if they have the same kind of ingenuity in that sense moving over to the second map. But, of course, before that map comes ahead of us, we are going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, one of them being the Experience Zone here in the Hong Kong Esports and Music Festival. Head down to the Experience Zone here on floor 3 if you are in Hong Kong, of course, to check out all the lovely things we have going. We have all these booths, and of course we have the stage behind us.
And if you're wondering how MIBR played so well, it all starts with the AOC monitor. You plug everything into the monitor, turn the monitor on, the monitor works, your team plays well, and it all comes back to AOC. Buy an AOC monitor if you want to play like MIBR.
That easy. Just that easy. The world's best, and therefore they play on the best, right? It's meant to be. Folks, that's all we have for now. Stay tuned for more sponsor callouts in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're just dodging it there, see, Connie. You don't call out any sponsors, nothing. You're not.
Well, I thought there was only 2, man. There's 3 of us. You see, I tried to include you. I make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
I had to push over to make space.
You're lucky you're here, Connor. You're lucky you're here. Me and Launders, we're approaching as a duo.
We're gonna plug
now.
you in, Connor. No problem.
Come on.
Me in, here you go.
How the turntables.
Either way, we're going to be heading into this one, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. If you're at home, you'll be clapping to yourself in your bedroom, so I don't really know why you would. But we are into this second map. Kingwin versus MIBR. The Brazilian North American mix are currently a map up in this best of 5 series, but we're not done yet.
Fallen prop in the flash, just to see if anybody decides to push B. Common strategy on Cash is to triple push B side of the map with just with more than one player. Manise finding the smallest pixel to work with, completely decimating Stew Balls. for the 4 of MIBR to try to recuperate from this loss. Manise is also just continuing to hang out in A main, which grants him so much information. Very little chance that he's going to get mollied out of the spotter, for example, so he might have the option and ability to get 2. And yeah, this setup is looking very terrifying at the moment for Kinguin, as everyone from MIBR starts to work out mid. There's one player in Squeaky, but the bomb is left alone in A main, and Fallen is going to call that he can't do this alone.
Tarek trying to pinch onto Manise. He's still trying to skewer this. He doesn't want to go down, doesn't want to retreat. Wants to take a body with him. But the first casualty here to the CTs will come in the form of Taz, dropped off E-Box as Fur splits into the site. Reeds will nullify him, and finally Tarek's able to get himself out from the doors. There were flanks upon flanks in this round, and so as everybody dies for Kinguin, it's left only 2 Brazilians still up here.
That was unreal. They actually made that was like the hardest possible setup, I think, for them to break, especially with Manise in A main. Even him just staying alive made that very difficult, again, because Fallen had the bomb at the back of A main, no one to help him, and they had to have coldzera flank through Z, as well as a player come up highway, get his kill, and Tarek also did a great job at Squeaky with his Molotov, clear out all those angles.
Yeah, it's a good way of at least avoiding the actual problem there of Kinguin, that being Manise in main, and just isolating rotating players instead, forcing Manise to be stuck essentially in a 1v3 on the site. So great nades from MIBR, gotta say. There's a bit of a response coming back, but nothing in comparison. We've got Reitz and Rallen just half health. So certainly not a bad investment of $600 here for the T side, and now they're going to look to capitalize off the back of that early damage by taking some mid control. Problem being, there's no one here.
What happens next?
Rowan leaves B. Mouse takes his position a little bit closer, and this whole time, Launders, coldzera has been creeping step by step to the cusp of the B bomb site.
Dipping his little toes in the water.
Feeling it out.
See how cold it is. Wonder if he jumps in right away, Connor.
Could be a big splash. He's able to get the entry straight away because he's got the bomb behind him too.
Doesn't want to scare the fish away. He's got on his Wellingtons. He's wading in. He's being very careful not to cause any ripples.
Well, let's see if these big boots do charge themselves into the B site. Miles will have heard that drop from Tarek, so he's going to be ready for this one. Flash is so good. coldzera was just ready for that one. Easy kill, and the site is opened up for MIBR. That's probably going to just force a straight-up save. No kills from Kinguin, no control of the B site, and as if it wasn't hard enough to retake anyway, Kinguin are already on pistols. So hold on to that, give it another go next round, and cut your losses.
I feel like that's just coldzera's positioning based on also the amount of time that nothing had happened. This is the new Deagle animation, Hugo.
Yeah.
Have you not seen it?
No, I like it. It's the first time I've seen it in a pro game, though.
It's very long.
Yeah.
It's like, extremely long.
We get it, bro. You Deagle.
Like other things, Hugo.
Like this this casting desk. We've got 3 of us here.
It's the longest casting desk, honestly.
You know, I was thinking, when was the last time the Counter-Strike community got a 3-man finals?
Clone
Northern
20.
Arena, 26.
He's got a second Deagle animation. He's got another Deagle animation.
Yeah.
It does not happen every time.
You can keep spinning it. I think you,
Can you? Okay.
None of us have been home, so
I
we have no
haven't
idea.
played CS in like 2 weeks. I've been on the road. Yeah, has it been like since Cologne? The last one I remember was Cologne 2015. Is that right? It was like
Northern
Henry.
Arena, 2016.
Okay.
Yole noobs.
Scrawny.
You guys love yourself a tri-class, don't
A
you?
good memory.
Yeah, we like to share.
Who was the third?
Van Silly.
Van Silly.
San Billy.
We got some Canadian representation, but now the Brit is here.
The minority.
Explains the smell. Got it. Just the pistol still up for Kinguin, obviously. Not much in this one. It's that mid control from MIBR. When they were playing versus Flash on Cash, it was a lot of mid control, wasn't it, Mohan, from MIBR?
They did abuse highway a lot and made sure to test the A splits as well as just get top highway control so that they could fake if they needed to. And yeah, it was a lot of Fur lurking out. And it's always good to play the positions that you're on T side, to go and clear the positions that you would play. Get familiarized with what works and what doesn't on C, T, or T side.
But we have got Fur worked all the way up middle already. MIBR have not had any trouble taking this portion of the map. I mean, you think back to the pistol round where Fur managed to split his way up through highway. Even then, Kinguin didn't have control. So connector has been forfeited, and as a result, this is going to make matters worse for Kinguin once this A split does come through. Cold's even left the B site, so it's a full commitment for sure here, and Kinguin are just gambling on this being an A play. Luckily enough, they do have the manpower to try and hold back, but again, they don't have that weaponry. Let's see if MIBR can crack open this egg.
It's another one of those rounds where it's like MIBR get close just based on the fact that nothing's coming out from Kinguin. Just like last round at the B bomb site, they are just going to try and use the numbers into A. First one falls, however, so it's not flawless, but it is looking better and better as Stewie clears corners. The mag goes dry a little too soon, and so he, of course, will fall himself, but it's still a successful entry, and they've got themselves the plant. It's what they most certainly needed.
Yeah, and Taz is just a few meters away from death. He's about to find that out. coldzera's already spotted him and cleaned it up. 3-0 for MIBR. No problem starting off this second map, as you would assume. Now we have the buy from Kinguin. Now we have their chance to get themselves back into this game, and with an AWP straight into the first round, we do not have a responsive one from MIBR.
Yeah. Manisa's at the back of the bus right now, so he's not going to have too many options. Kind of unfortunate. There's like 3 different spawns that can work for you on Cash, whether it's going to be an A main pick, a mid, across the highway fast, or to go for a B main pick, and he's not got any of those, so it's kind of unlucky RNG in that regard. But he's still got the ability to move a lot, and if he is smart, can be fluid and have presence on multiple parts of the map in one single round. So it starts off here, posted on A main. Expect that this angle changes up if there are no targets to come and greet him. Kinguin have decided to really fortify A, which is not something you see if you don't think that a team is going to hit A straight up. Very retakeable site. Sometimes your players can be used more efficiently on other parts of the map. They're not seeking out any information, though. Got Mazinos here with the M4, poking around at Checker. Not sure how much he can see. And MIBR haven't given them MIBR haven't given them an inch.
Yeah, this is very passive from Kinguin. They are just very much playing in response to MIBR, who have, of course, gotten themselves closer and closer towards this middle split. First point of defense will be Rollin, and he's now getting curious. Now he's walking around, and he's got himself at least the first kill here, but he cannot handle the pressure of an additional 2 players in his face. Now, at least Kinguin have gotten their rotates over to the A site. They will be in position to try and stop this. But Benai's, oh, he's still got his eyes up. This is great from Kinguin. 4v1 with Fallen left. And because of the smoke grenades, Kinguin could wait on the other side, just like they had been doing since the get-go of that round. Kinguin on the board early this time.
Not the end of the world for MIBR, though. That was the bonus round. No AWP to fight back against Manise, and of course, a couple of SMGs still in play. So this will be the big upgrade for MIBR. This is their chance to find a reset. And of course, it's never fun to lose a round, but if you are going to lose a round, that's a perfect one to lose. They're going to have a great chance of bouncing back and resetting the economy here in number 5.
Option for the reset to the CTs, working up towards mid. Reitz is actually going to the back of vents, and this time there is a specific... Oh, I see. They actually wanted to make sure that there was going to be no B rush early, and then now they have a player in vent, so they've still got the checker control and 2 over towards B. They've actually swapped the rotate. Not sure if something went wrong out of spawn, but they are opting to stack without gaining too much information. MIBR have been very default-centric, so I'm not surprised they're not pushing. They probably would get punished. Though B at the moment is very clean. Value grenade comes over the top of boost. Rowland is going to jump up on top of the box. At highway, getting very frisky. Rotates are going to be strenuous for the CTs if it isn't going to be an A hit. 3 players are really far in here.
I think Reitz is in the vents as well, so that adds a further dynamic to this mid-play that MIBR have been continually on. Reitz is actually going to find first blood as well. coldzera Can only stand so long on that boost, as now it's just going to be left to the main and Squeaky split. A retake setup from Kingwin, and it could only get better than this. It couldn't get better than this because they've already found two-man advantages. MIBR are going to have time to get this bomb down on the site, but it's going to be a bit of a task to hold onto it in the post plant.
Yeah, certainly considering the double incendiary still up for Kingwin and the proximity of Rollin. I mean, he could skewer this here and now. He will get himself the first and the continuous spray down the second. Fallen back by Fork, only good for one. I mean, they were so boxed in. Kingwin were so well equipped for the retake situation. That was just more so MIBR getting something in the round.
And hey, Londas, you said it last map, right? What if Kingwin started on the CT side of Dust too? We had that question, right? Maybe things would have gone better. At least on Cash, they're finding success.
A little bit weird there that they weren't more aware of the flank potential from A main. I guess maybe they didn't get settled in, and that's why they had no idea that that was a possibility. I feel like versus the setup, MIBR picked a prime part of the round to hit A. The rotate was late. The only two things that really went wrong was not watching that A main flank early, and then also for actually leaving A main before the smoke plume for the cross, allowing him to get ops for no reason.
So for the first time in this series, Team Kingwin have a gun advantage over top of MIBR. And that's not going to stop the T side from getting a little bit closer to the A site. It's all in for this. Rollin in towards middle. Manice actually bails out of the bomb site. Offer up the plant, so be it. If they're able to keep themselves with minimal losses, then that's fantastic for Kingwin. But at least Fur has connected a kill for the T's. Manice drops his body right thereafter. Keep your eyes on the radar, though. Fallen's up to some gimmicks.
He's coming in on the flank. Rowland seems to be one step ahead, though. He's ready for this push, and perfect timing on the kill. Now this is going to make things easier for Kingwin to come in on the retake, although Stewie, he's the man with the deagle, the man with the plan. He's already found two heads to start it off. Third walks around the corner, and Manice will finally find that shot. So Kingwin, while they sustain some casualties in that round, they will be able to pick it up just as a diffused kit player jumps on the bomb.
Yeah, good on Stewie there. That's the difference between just getting a little cash for yourself and also getting that money while hindering the economy of your opponent.
Knocking out 10K in 2 shots, I mean, that's a good deal. 3-3, and Kingwin don't have to change much. Everything they're doing is working. They've got a good couple of setups that are working for them, and it's even though they don't have the setups for the site holds, they've actually come in on rotations and still win rounds. They can do a lot with that. I think if MIBR are picking the wrong rounds to scout out mid, Kingwin are going to take advantage of that. It feels like they've finally got like kind of a good feel for what's about to happen. Trades go crazy at mid. Tarek and Fur find one apiece. Taz in the midst of it gets his, but that's going to favor MIBR all day.
Yeah, it seemed like Kingwin had a bit of a response for this mid